Now back to Inside Real Estate. Here's Mike the Realtor.
Hey folks, we are back. It's Inside Real Estate with Mike Kruziniga, website InsideRealEstateRadio.com, InsideRealEstateRadio.com. Time to talk to our friend over at Hydrojet Walk-In Tub Company, owner Randy Addington. Folks, the website is HydrojetWalkInTubs.com. And I know, Randy, today we were going to talk about a story that happened out there, and this really kind of hits home how important it is to have a walk-in tub, but to have the right walk-in tub, not the wrong one, because this story, when you're telling me about it, I couldn't really believe it. Let's tell the folks about it. I mean, they're going to be glued to their radios on this one.
Well, what ended up happening was one of our competitors who has a kind of a one-size-fits-all type tub. You've got to get all the bells and whistles when you get it. And I think this customer spent, upwards of $15,000, $16,000 for this tub. And it was a senior lady. And as she was getting in the tub one day, you get in and you put the, stop up the drain. And as she was doing that and getting in and closing the door, she slipped and fell in the tub. Well, this particular manufacturer, who I won't mention by name, but they, even though their tub is like $16,000 in this case, their drain was a rubber stopper on a chain, and she got wedged in there on top of this rubber stopper, and trying to pull the chain to get the tub to drain, she broke the chain. And as a result, she was stuck in this walk-in tub for 30 hours before her daughter came over and found her. And she spent 4 days in the hospital and 90 days in a nursing home recovering from her injuries after being in there for 30 hours. So it's one of those compelling stories that, like you said earlier, not only is it important to have a walk-in tub if you've got mobility issues, but to have the right one. I'm in my late 50s, and I remember as a kid growing up, being over at my grandparents, they had a tub, that had a rubber stopper with a chain.
Right.
But, it wasn't a $16,000 tub.
Yeah.
So it was, this lady ended up suing the manufacturer. I do not know the outcome of that, but I would think she's got a pretty good case.
Yeah, I would think so too. Well, there's a number of issues with this. I mean, folks, if you're listening, so first of all, she bought a walk-in tub from a competitor. Now, walk-in tubs, the point of those are so that you don't fall in the tub. So, folks, she fell in the tub. And, look, this is a $16,000 tub that she had purchased from a competitor. And it simply had your old 1950s rubber stopper and chain, which ended up causing her to be stuck in it. I mean, for 30 hours, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, and if her daughter hadn't come over when she did, she'd have been there for longer than 30 hours. And I don't know the extent of the injuries that she suffered, but they had to be pretty extensive to have to be in the hospital for 4 days, and then she had to rehab for 3 or 4 months after that. So that's pretty crazy to me.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. And folks, so when we're talking about this product, the walk-in tub, I mean, that type of fall can happen at any time. I mean, this particular example happens to be of somebody that did it in a walk-in tub. So clearly they chose the wrong manufacturer, the wrong company to go with. They fill in their own walk-in tub, which goes to the design flaws of that product. And for the fact that when she did fall, she got stuck and wedged, and she was stuck in there for 30 hours. So she picked the wrong product for sure. And the price point of that product at $16,000 is really high, isn't it? Let's talk about comparing that to your price point.
Well, if you're going to have 1950s type drain, you probably ought to have a 1950s type price. That's kind of the way I look at it. And so that's a really inferior type of drain system for that price point of a tub. And we use what we call a quick drain system. So we recommend when you get into our tub, you turn your water on. You know how water doesn't always just start off hot immediately unless you've got a recirculation pump or something.
Sure.
So we tell you to turn the water on and leave the drain open until the water starts getting hot or the temperature that you desire. Then close the drain, get in the tub, close the door, lock the door. As silly as that sounds,
right.
Some people forget to close the door, and they wonder why their bathroom gets flooded. But
you do have to close the door.
Yeah, it's very important to close the door. And I tell people, these companies that push a inline heater or a heated seat or a recirculating pump and all those kinds of things, you don't need that. Our tub is manufactured. By the way, you hit a little drain button up near the controls. That's what opens and closes our drain. You don't have to worry about breaking a chain.
Yeah, well, or bending all the way over to the very bottom of the tub to put the stopper in there. I mean, what's the point of creating and building a hydrotherapy hydrojet tub if you've got to do it just like the old 1950s tub where you got to bend all the way down? That's just ridiculous.
It's inferior workmanship for sure. And warranties in the industry are pretty bad as a general rule anyway. I'm not saying this is the way it is with everyone, but by and large, the majority of your tub people out there, the tubs, made in China, assembled in the U.S., so they try to tell you it's made in the USA, but that it was just assembled there. And usually, you have a lifetime warranty on the tub, on the shell, but usually it's a limited lifetime warranty. So it's going to exclude chipping, cracking, fading, peeling. Pretty much anything that can go wrong with the tub is excluded.
Of course.
Well, then they'll give you a 1-year labor or parts type thing. I know of a lady who had a tub. She paid pretty similar to the same price point as we discussed in this earlier story, and something quit working on the tub, and she called the toll-free number, and they walked her through. She's like a 78-year-old lady, and they walked her through how to take the panel off where the motor was and how to disconnect it so she wouldn't get shocked and electrocuted. And then she had to mail the part at her expense into them. And for 3 months, she was without the use of that tub. And at the end of 3 months, they called her and said it's going to be $3,000. It wasn't covered by warranty. Well, what good is the tub, Our warranty was lifetime on the tub, lifetime on the parts. And we're going to come to you. And let me ask you a question. If we give a lifetime warranty on something and something goes out, do you think we're going to try to rebuild it? Or wouldn't we just put in a new one? Mm-hmm. We don't want to come back again, hopefully. So there's a big advantage to that. And then our price point, we will allow you to have your own person put it in. I was talking with a gentleman this past week that he said, I'm in the reconstruction business. Can I put this in myself? I said, yeah. He said, will you warranty it? I said, if it'll hold water when you're done, we'll warranty it. So we give you some advantages in picking bells and whistles and what you want or what you need. We leave that up to you because this tub's going to be made custom to fit your bathroom.
Yeah, and I like what you talked about with that story a second ago because, folks, we all have, know somebody that's probably had this happen to them. And look, unfortunately, as you get on in age, you find that folks start to try to take advantage of you. And there's a lot of competitors out there that sell these walk-in tubs that aren't very good. All they're looking to do is cash in on your savings that you've got, hard-earned money that you've got in the bank, and you're later on in life, and they're banking on that you're just going to spend it with them, and they're going to high-pressure your sales you into it. And then when you need their help down the line, like this story, how could you be talking a 78-year-old woman through taking off a panel and uninstalling a motor? And I mean, that's just reckless behavior, immoral as all get out. And then of course they don't cover it. And she went through this whole process and did it. I mean, this woman was clearly a trooper. Sent it in, and they say, no, it still wasn't covered. I mean, that just goes to show the type of I think predator companies that are out there that just prey on folks as they age on this particular type of product and then need this type of product. But folks, Randy is so much different. You're going to talk to Randy or Sheila directly, his wife, and he's going to take care of this directly. And you have an issue with it at some point, which you're probably not going to, but guess what? He's still going to be there. He's still going to answer the phone, still going to talk to you, and he's going to get it taken care of for you. These stories are just unbelievable, and folks, you can't make them up. They're true stories. Hey, folks, we've had another great segment with Randy Addington of Hydrojet Walk-In Tubs. The website, hydrojetwalkintubs.com. And, of course, the phone number is 855-980-8827. You can reach Randy directly. He'll actually talk to you and walk you through all of this. Great product, folks. You really need to reach out and touch base with Randy. He's going to take care of you. Folks, another great segment. Inside Real Estate, folks. Hey, we'll see you in a few.